courage?
If you asked me 5 years ago what creativity meant to me, I would say, oh, that's cute, that's fun. I don't really do a lot of ART because I've got a JOB. So you go take your paintbrush or your scrapbooking and you have a great time, but I got to get shit done. If you ask me right now, what creativity is, it is, for me, the way I share my soul with the world.
Wow.
And without it, I am not okay. And without having access to everyone else's, we are not okay. I have come to the conclusion that it is the only thing, the only unique contribution that we will make in this world will be born of creativity.
Big question, big answer.
Yeah, because,
Can you repeat that statement?
Yeah.
The only unique contribution that we will
make in this world will be born of creativity.
Wow.
And I used to believe, before I did the research for the Gifts of Imperfection, I used to believe that there were creative people and there were non-creative people.
Right.
And now I absolutely understand, personally and professionally from the data, that there are no such thing as non-creative people. There are just people who use their creativity and people who don't. And unused creativity is not benign.
Wow. I mean, that's a really beautiful statement to say that unused creativity is not benign, because I think essentially you're saying this will make you sick if you don't bring forth what is within you. And can you give examples of what, precisely where you get that idea?
For the people who really struggle because they don't think of themselves as creative, there's a lot of shame around creativity. People don't think of themselves as creative. They think creativity is self-indulgent. They don't think it is productive enough. They don't understand what it means. It was shut down in them as children. For those folks, when I say unused creativity is not benign, what I really mean is it metastasizes into resentment, grief, heartbreak. People sit on that creativity or they deny it and it festers. So if you would have asked me 5 years ago to do something creative or even to think about what I was already doing as creativity.
Right, there you go. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I would have really been crappy I really probably would have said, that's neat, I have a JOB. I work, I don't have time for that kind of stuff.
Have fun with your puppets.
Yeah, have fun with your puppets, exactly. That is that's judgment that stems from not enough. That's judgment that stems from, if I was really comfortable with your creativity and my lack of creativity, I wouldn't respond that way. I have to share this with you because I think it's so important that when I started the research on shame, 13 years ago, I found that 85% of the men and women who I interviewed remembered an event in school that was so shaming. It changed how they thought of themselves for the rest of their lives.
Wow.
But wait, this is good. 50% of that 85%, half of those people, those shame wounds were around creativity.
Wow.
I don't know if I would have said this to you 3 years ago or 2 years ago, but I would definitely say it to you just because we kind of have a no bullshit friendship. Really, I think the chances are if you put your work out in the world, you're going to get taken down by somebody at some time. I know for sure that I do on a weekly basis. But and sometimes that leaves me like in the fetal position in my pantry. But more and more these days, because I've surrounded myself with people like you and friends who are also putting themselves out there, I'm starting to learn in a really profound way for me that kind of criticism is a really small price to pay for doing what I love and for being whole.
Hey, it's the tax on the free lunch. And the free lunch, what I always say, because I had a troll the other day on Facebook who was saying just dreadful things about me, and I watched as my women dogpiled on him, and I blocked him. I don't even respond. I have so many better things to do with my time. But instead of just ignoring it, I opened up the conversation about it. And one of the things I said to them was, first of all, thank you for, defending me. But secondly, more importantly, can we just take a moment to appreciate the fact that I am a woman who has a voice and that my voice terrifies a man like that so much that his whole apple cart falls over and he just loses his shit. And all he can, he's so freaked out by the fact that I am a childless, creative woman speaking about female autonomy that he can't even do anything else with his day except sit there and lose his mind in public over it. Can we just call that a victory? Like nothing, how many thousands of years of women had never upset men because they never had a voice, so when I get criticized in that way, I just think, well, that's a good sign, and it's not that I love it. Nobody loves it. It doesn't feel good. It hurts. But when I compare that to the hurt of what it would feel like for me to be whispering in a corner,
right?
It's not even on the same seesaw. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, no. Yeah.
I'll take it. I'll take
it too. I'll take it too because the price is way too high the other way.
Mm-hmm. Way, way, way too high. And I'm so glad you brought this up because let's continue on our no bullshit line. Here's the truest, deepest, scariest believing about this. And recently I was at an event and a woman stood up and she said, I'm just coping with my rage right now because I took an enormous risk. I quit my job to follow